everybody, Kimberly here, and I just couldn't wait to talk to you about this Advent calendar that if you watch my blog on YouTube, you know I was getting ready to play the 1st all the way through the 24th. Well, guess what? We're done. It's the new year, and I can't wait to tell you what I think about this particular Advent calendar, which is The Hunt for the Golden Book. Now, this is 2021's release by the same folks that bring you Exit the Game in those smaller boxes, the puzzle boxes, all the exits. So the 2022 release is the Silent Storm, and then the 2020 Advent calendar is the Mystery of the Ice Cave. And I have to tell you that if you can nab any of the three for any of your Advent calendar months or whatever month you really want to do it in, you have got to do it because this was probably the coolest thing I did in December. So first off, I just have to say I haven't done an Advent calendar, but I'm a huge fan of the Exit series, and that's a game that you just eat up. You will tear things and cut things and break things and really just kind of maul the game as you experience it. So these puzzles are 3D and definitely outside the box. On the box, in the box, through the box, all the different prepositions you can do to exit the game, the box. So what makes this such a cool experience? Every single day you have a puzzle, and that puzzle could take you anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes to 20, but it's going to be around that range. So you have 24 puzzles in here that are going to kind of cookie trail, where you're going to leave this little crumb trail of missed information or saved information. And while each puzzle is wholly inclusive and separate and complete within itself of every day, you might see that there are things in a puzzle that you don't get to and you think, that's weird. They didn't include that thing. I wonder why that's in there. Don't forget it because it will come into play in later days. And every puzzle you open, you do by this decoder table, and it gives you a code, and then the code tells you where to go on the map. Now, I'm not going to open my box. It has been chewed up and spit out. It's barely standing right now on the table because it has been used, and there are just so many fun secrets and mysteries and riddles in here that are just waiting for you. So this will tell you where to go and what door to open, and inside the door you're going to find cards, objects, things, devices, and all sorts of cool tips and clues and hints that help you figure out what to do with that particular puzzle of the day. And I worked on it with one other person, Lewis, my husband, and it was the perfect amount of people to sit down for, again, 5 to 15 minutes every day, December 1st through the 24th, to figure this out. I had a ton of fun. We had one day that got us, one day that tripped us up, and I'm going to blame it on us. And so I can't even blame these folks. I can't blame Inka and Markus. I mean, they had just such great puzzles of a variety of levels. We could tell every day, oh, this was an easier puzzle. Oh, that was a tougher puzzle. Oh, wow, if I hadn't caught that thing, that would have been a really challenging bit, but I really was paying attention here and put that and that together. So you've got to pay attention. You have to use all your resources. You have to be willing to just go for it. So if you think that there's some wild chance that it could be something, do it, try it. Don't block anything out or say, well, it's probably not that. Do everything, right? Use all your resources. You're definitely going to need scissors and an ink pen. So write on everything, get a flashlight. Sometimes the boxes, when you open up the doors, were a little bit hard to see. And so we had to use a flashlight to see in all the nooks and crannies, and we would hold things up and really check stuff out. So make sure that you're using the entire box, front, back, inside, outside, when it tells you to or when you think you should. But it's just such a clever system of writing down the next door you're going to open the following day, based on your decoder table. And there's just a cute little story that comes along with it, and you're going to read this story, and it's silly. You know, I think the story part of it for me was less engaging than just the puzzles. I always just wanted to get to the puzzles. So the story's there, and it's nice, and you read, you know, a little story about this journey you're taking. But for me, it was all about the puzzles, and I have to say my very favorite puzzle, without giving anything away, was the puzzle that relied on music knowledge, and it was just a ton of fun to figure out and to do, and I loved it. It's actually the related to what you hear when you pick up the box. Are you ready? Did you hear that? There's a jingle bell. There's a jingle bell in there, and that jingle bell is related to my favorite puzzle from this, the Hunt for the Golden Book Advent Calendar of 2021. So I highly recommend it. I think it's a fantastic puzzle for 2, 3, you know, maybe even 1. Boy, if you're smart, you can get through it. I love having somebody else who has a different brain come at things and see things that I'm not seeing, and I think together we really figure stuff out. We do Wordle and Quordle every morning together, and I know a lot of people or couples do it by themselves, and I really like doing Wordle together because we are seeing each other's kind of, you know, like blind spots or weaknesses, and we really kind of just come through, and it's just so fun to do it together as this is a cooperative challenge. So a fun cooperative puzzle adventure. I absolutely loved it, and I would highly recommend it. This one in particular, just every single puzzle was clean, clear, had everything you needed, and just loads of fun. I had, the only one again that we missed was on us because we did not see something, and we were really, it was just a blind spot for both of us. We couldn't figure it out, had to look in our handy dandy help book, but other than that, just really, really cool and loads of fun. So if you can get your hands on this guy, I highly recommend it. All 3 of these advent calendars from 2020, 21, and 22 are ranked about the same level for complexity. It's about a 2 out of a 5, and they are right around the 8 out of 10 for just love and joy and excitement and like. So I think that you would enjoy any of the 3. This is the one I played, so I highly recommend The Hunt for the Golden Book, which is your super cool Exit Advent Calendar. All right, folks, I will see you next time, and hopefully next year I'll bring you a new review of another Advent Calendar from Exit the Game.